Hello, folks. It's me again. Hello, me. It's me again. How are you? Slightly slanted sleuth for the truth. Ever so slightly am I slanted to find the truth. What's up, Delaney Delight, Jones, Sleuthy Steve, my Irish brother from another mother? I like that. How are you, Delaney Delight? Howdy. Delaney Delight. Gotta love that name. But hey, how are you guys? You, up and down. How are you? You, right there. You, that guy. Girl, person. What's up, Ryan in North Carolina? So, guys, I've had a couple revelations this past week. No, maybe not so much revelations, but newfound gnosis or understanding. Because I am building my pyramid. You know, with the clay, we make bricks to build pyramids, to be capped from above, to shine like diamonds in a field of clay. Sinus infection. Ouch. That hurts. Well, I'm happy and elated to say that my mother, as much as she is a, I don't know, buttheads kind of woman with me, she's my mother and I love her. She made it through the angiogram. She had 4 more stents installed in her heart. Now she has 6 total. But yeah, it wasn't looking good for a while, but she's pulled out, and I don't know what to say. Anybody who sent their energies my way, I appreciate it. But yeah, hopefully I haven't ran off anybody with my recent hiatus from YouTube or my recent. I'm going to come out and say this right now. God is great. God is good. God is everything. God is wood. God is all. God is in us. God is in me. God is in you. God is everything. God is all of this. God is God. Wouldn't you like to be God too? Well, you are. And right now, people are so hip to bash and pass on the ineffable spirit of spirit itself, which baffles me because all signs point to this very detail that everybody likes to surpass, trump, or, hate on, What's up? What's up, Aaron? Just Spitfire. Nice to see you. Mic drop. But, God is our ineffable higher self. I remember I've told you guys, and this is from the deepest of my being. Aaron, if I send you the link, you want to come on and discuss this stuff with me? Me and you have a lot to catch up on. The 5 is alive, brother. The 5 is alive. But I'd love to discuss our recent findings or whatnot. What's up, Joanne Dancing Gypsy? You gonna do that belly dance for us? Go on, Dancing Gypsy. At work, brother. Can we on the weekend? Yes, sir, we can. Anytime you're willing, man. And if I, drop the ball or don't pick up the slack and reach out to you, reach out to me so we can get her done. But on my recent video of the time to discern, I shared that video. The long and short of it is to dispel any misnomers or misunderstanding or disinformation one might be suffering from in terms of thinking I'm holding somebody as my guru or as my Buddha or as my savior, or that's not the case. And I shared the email from Mr. Langdon to me, because at the end of that email, it proves that he's in it just like you are in it, to win it for all. I mean, he couldn't have made it much more clear to me or anybody else that through the great work, through the yearning to know what we are, to know what we're here for, we have to make the decision for ourselves to join the journey, to finish the journey, to stick through the journey. We cannot be spoon-fed at every turn. We cannot be held by bridle and rein to the feeding, the trough of knowledge. I mean, you could be led there, but are you going to drink? And are you going to drink in a substantial or substantive manner? Are you going to drink from the cup of wisdom and learn from it? Or are you just going to suck it in, swill it, and throw the can away? That's essentially what we are, is ineffable and a finite construct. Okay, envision the toroidal field, or the in and the out. That's why I named a couple live streams. Can we come out of the in now? Or can we come in from the out? Because the contrasting of in and out is what defines either or. Without the contrast, it's hard to discern what is and what isn't, right? There is and there isn't, right? The spirit of the heart is what gets people through to the next one, no matter who they know their God. I've come a long, long way, brother. Everything is unified now. No difference between left, right, in, out, etc. Period. You are. Isn't, are the same, just on different ends of the road. That is the conjunction coming up. Maria Truth Seeker Cruz, nice to see you here. Ultraviolet Flame, I hear you. Thank you. I thank you. A is always A. Different ends of the same wavelength. Very well, yes, or different ends of the perturbation in the ether. Because isn't that what the double slit experiment really shows? It shows that light is a coaxial circuit, and when interrupted, it acts just like a wave, like a human in a pond splashing their hand down. They're going to create waves. The wave is not the entity. The wave is a result of an action. So, you, me, and Dupree, I like that. Anton G. Different ends of the same wavelengths. Yes. Now, get this. You know the feeling of falling in love? You know that upwelling, just awesome feeling of falling in love. We are addicted to that feeling, to the point where we're running around with our heads cut off, divorcing each other, looking for the next falling in love feeling. Why do you suppose we are addicted to falling in love? I surmise that it's because we fall in love with God, our true self. It's the only thing that could be right. When you find yourself within, when you find who your true self is, you search. You can search the cosmos all you want. You can keep your eye up to the sky. You can go into the hollow earth. You can do all these things. But until you know thyself, you know nothing. Right? Am I right there? You know what I'm talking about. Yes, you. We need to fall in love with ourselves before we can fall in love with the all. Well, we are the all. We are the all. Are we not? The all is in the all, but the all is not the all. Okay, wait, that didn't come out right. All is not the all, yet all is in, or all, the all is in all, yet all is not the all. Or the all is in the earthworm, but the earthworm is not all. Remember I told the story about when my dad looked at me when he died, and my dog looked at me when I put her down, how they looked at me with the same eyes? I shit you not, they looked at me with the same eyes. And yes, it was death that caused me to go on this soul-searching journey. And yes, I denounce the fact that we do not, I didn't want to believe that we were all one collective conglomerate soul, or, you know, the all soul, the all thing. I didn't want to accept it because I thought my being meant more to me than you. My, how I was wrong. Yes, life is sacred. Life is sacred. We are the pinnacle of the pineal light. We are the pinnacle of God's creation. There's no coincidence in the words. Words are everything. Words are swords. Okay, say you fall in love, you get over that falling in love feeling, and then you just love. Is there just love, or is there always just falling in love? I mean, is there such a thing? I postulate there is. I honestly believe, or not believe, I honestly think that you, me, he, she, we, us three, all we be one. One for one, one for one. Nothing new under the sun. You know, and the cliche things that we say, the repeated over and over, you know, axioms or whatnot. Fancy word for fate. Nice, nice. Life is sacred. Default. What does that mean? Default. Pouting, pouting. Tammy's back. Is this Tammy? Hi, sweetheart. I've missed you so much. Tammy's back and you're gonna be in trouble. Hey now, Tammy's back. Hi, sweetheart. Nice to see you. And I want to give a big shout out to Michelle Seymour. She's recently told me she quit smoking. Whoa, that's awesome. And drinking. That's even better. Because I think the spirits in the alcohol drive us from our true spirit, our true self. Okay, now I have several questions for all of you. Where, when, how, what, why? Can you answer those questions? And what would you put to them every time you pose those without reading into it? Yes, you. I'm looking right at you. What would you do? Missed you too, Tammy. Who's in the hospital? No, they're not rhetorical questions. They're seriously. When, what, why, how? What for? What do you suppose we're here for? And you know how scientists say that we are living on someone else's dime or time does not exist. You know how they say that, right? Yes. The rest is just part of the experience. Yes, I would agree with that. Yet, there is a reason from wisdom and understanding gives you reason for living. Through wisdom, understanding gives you reason for existence. Within the threefold nature of all of us are the threefold in the threefold. We all have demons to conquer. We all have oceans to swim. For you, your path is going to be way different than mine or the next. And it's that way for a reason. Why is that? So you can't be spoon-fed the truth and a cheat sheet for the test. There is no major dogmatic fear thy God test or, you know. Hey, mate, this is I appreciate a like and follow. Okay, guys, I'm going to post a link on YouTube. I don't know who sent this to me, but who just sent me a message? I think it was Aaron. What? Hang on. Yeah, it was Aaron. Aaron has a request, guys. He has his wife's business is Raw Soul Healing, alternative and holistic health service. You know, she's well, you all know Aaron Price, Australia School of Esoterica. The man is a legend in my mind. He's been a big help in my journey. He's showed me things that I would otherwise not have seen. He's the one that brought to my attention the 5, and we inherently knew that the 5 was involved in the pyramid. The pyramid having the 4 points that culminate in the 5th, shining like a diamond in the sky. You know, twinkle, twinkle. You know, the 5th is like the jet pillar, standing tall, the phallus of truth. I got heartburn, guys. I just got, I've been so stressed, but Raw Soul Healing, alternative and holistic. I'll try to get the link. Hey, Aaron, can you post a link? Let me, I'll copy it. Okay, now I'm going to post it in live chat. Right here. Sorry, guys, bear with me. Here's a Facebook link for Aaron's. What's your wife's name there, Aaron? So I'm not rude. Trina, hi, sweetheart. You've been doing an excellent job. Our hands and they said who, what, where, when, why. Thank you. You know what? Hey, we're on the same page. That's refreshing. It's very refreshing. I have nowhere near the book of knowledge y'all have. You have enough knowledge to be here, Spitfire. That's good enough in itself, right? Anton G, nice to see you here. Life is a question you can only answer by doing. Thank you. That's a very good saying. I love it. I love it. I really do. Trina, you're always so damn happy. And I love it, by the way. And we do have to know that life is indifferent, right? Yet this incident with my wife or my mother, she has congestive heart failure. She won't quit smoking. She's a very materialistic person. She's opened up her mind to the thought of what we talk about, yet she's never gone to church. You know, and who blames her? Who blames anybody for not wanting to go to church? And the dogmatic, our dogma infiltrated fear me or pay me type religions that we have, right? You know, I don't blame that, but sort of seems like the questions we ask fuel the experience, and it's all just gathering data and experience. Seems to go in a never-ending cycle. Yes. Now let me tell you this. Ultraviolet. That cycle is what we can rise above, because that cycle is an indifferent thing. Now we know how in alchemy 101 is, you have the extreme opposites, yet they're the same thing. They're the same energy. What do you suppose that means? Well, I posed this question to Phil. I said, hey, Phil, so my mom's dying. Please help me out. Please give me some advice. And you know what it was right off the bat. You know, we're spirit and not of the body. Okay. Boom. Statement's been told a million times. We could all say it. We can all spray it. But are we going to lay it? Are we going to believe it? Are we going to live it? No, we're not. People don't want to believe that, because the fact is that the only way of knowing this is to be illuminated or to die trying, meaning that, you know, you die before you're illuminated. You know, in our contrived religious doctrines, we're told that we go to heaven when we die if we're good. So, you know, you stick a fork in you, you're done. You don't have to look anywhere. It's all laid out for you. Just like the Egyptians turned their religion into a tithe plate offering, pay me, and you get a bigger scroll or a bigger set of knowledge or gnosis, or a bigger sarcophagus, or, you know, you get a bigger hook and a bigger crook and a bigger flail. You know, you get all this knowing, but you don't know shit when you're dead, because you die a physical death. You go to the duat. When you're in the duat, you just sit around, you probably get whatever you want, or you're probably part of the furnace. I have no idea, because I'm not illuminated. Lord knows I'm trying to be. Now, that being said, everything that I'm talking about here makes perfect sense in my mind. Will it in yours? Who knows? Because my mind has brought forth the knowing of my circumstance. But there still is one truth. That one truth is singular. For it to be singular, it has to be forever. That null point, the stillness of the no thing, is everything. How is it interconnected? Why is it interconnected? What's it all for? Is it that important? And if it is, what if it doesn't? Or what if we don't accomplish it? Why do you suppose there's 7 billion of us? And only a few, a select few, or a very minute. Yeah, I mean, come on, think about this. Is it 144,000, 144 million, 144 trillion, or is it 144? I think it's 144. Why do I say that? I don't know, because it's 9. Whose birthday? Tammy's? Tell them they are more than the body. Tell them they need to remember they are from love. Yeah, I think love and joy is the only thing we are here for. To fall in love with ourselves. And for me to fall in love with myself, I fall in love with every one of you. a kind of love that makes me want to tear your clothes off, that kind of love, but not that kind of love. You know, it's the heart flutter exacerbated to see you. I mean, just overwhelming, pure. Who cares if you're naked, love? Has anybody ever experienced that? I have. But it wasn't looking at myself in the mirror, I'll tell you that. But I mean, you know what I'm saying. That's why everything is just so convoluted and contrived to confuse ourselves. It's not, I don't think it's a concerted effort. Like, okay, now think of this. The sacrifice of the firstborns of you know, of the stories, you know, where they sacrifice their firstborn. I think that's the sacrificing of the ego, you know, because you're first born into an ego. I still battle my ego. I'm sure every one of you do, right? What are you guys talking about? Sun, yes, I agree. Spirit is the one truth. Right, right. Spirit. Maybe we need to change the angle of our questions through the never-ending spiral of love. Yes, and yes. I mean, the fact of the matter of the pyramid, okay, say, think of it this way. We take our information, we use that information to make comparisons. From them comparisons, we draw proportion, we gain proportion. Then to eventually, you know, after the proportion is derived from the comparison of that information, you gain measure, meaning that your pyramid, your mountain is grown ever higher, yet it's growing narrower in focus. The focus cone of information is the same as the focus cone of your visual cortex. You know how you're, when you focus on something, or how a cone of light is, you can, a drain, a pine cone, a triangle, you know, a Christmas tree, how everything comes to a cone, you know, and if you were to follow that out, you'd see the X, right? That is what everything is for us. I don't know where I was going with that, but I think where I was going with that is that cone of light, or that focused cone of the pyramid, eventually tops out at the Ben stone, the single point of truth, that all that information that you finally gain measure from, to gain understanding. You build that information up to gain measure, to then shine with understanding. The aha is when we achieve interlocking knowing of everything is one thing. One thing. We can say that everything in this world is duality, sure, because without vibration and the polarization of the one thing, there would never be three. One is two, makes three. From the three, we gain five. Right? Where'd the four go? Four is there. Right? I mean, everything fits into this knowing. It's just so beautiful. Like, let's say the numbers of the moon, earth, and sun. Okay, the earth is what? What is the earth compared to the moon, size-wise? And what is the moon compared to the earth and the sun? Why is there three there? Why is there 3 seasons in Egypt? Why is there 4 seasons here in Minnesota? Why is there 2 equinoxes, and 2 solstices. It's all by divine design. For the night divides the day. The day defines the night. Without the night, would we truly know what the light or the day is? Deos means God. Day. Every day. Just like in the house of bread. House of bread, you know, the arch. The arch above every doorway you walk through, with the keystone at the pinnacle, holding up the arch. In the waters of noon, meaning the primordial chaos of the ether. You know, the noon. You know, the Egyptian depiction of the woman that's stretched out around all of her subjects with stars, and she, you know, it's in Grindelwald, that movie, The Grindelwald, you know, or whatever, when they're fighting, you know, there's Newt, there's dragons, right? Sorry, I got heartburn. So what do you guys say to that? You think I'm just off my rocker? What worries me is the fact I consciously played hooky from school in 9th grade when they went over Greek mythology. Nice, very good. Sounds like you have a lot of questions still before you get the right question. Yes, I have a lot of questions. Hi, Mary. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you here. P. Turtle, what's the question? The question is, are you, Turtle, are you turtle enough for my turtle club? Turtle. I am rocking with you, Steve. Nice. Hey, Dark Truth. Your Orion in the Vatican comparison vid was awesome. It wasn't my idea. It was Danny Wilton's idea. And I thank Danny Wilton from the bottom of my heart that he had the stick-to-itive enough. I can drop a lot of gnosis on you about that whole Orion thing, and it's so god-awful simple that December, was it 17th of 2000, or December 15th of 2017, I think it was, or it might have been 18. I think it was 2017. It was right before I did the moon video that I saw the moon anomaly or whatever. So I'll look it up, but it was either 2017 or 18, but I was, you know, I'm heavily into YouTube just like I was then. But my point is, I stared into the sun, and up to that point, it was hard to gain the sun at the horizons. You know, the horizons and the sun, when it's at eye level with you, is your connection to the cosmic, to the outside. Now, that outside connection led me full circle. Because mind you, even when I thought Orion and the Vatican and all that, and the pineal gland was, because the only begotten sun, I believed, was the trapezium open star cluster. And in essence, it is, because Lucifer is, or the demiurge is the only begotten son that we create in union with God. The Son of Man, the Son of God is one and the same thing. It's the aha, bing, the light, that sprig of light that looks like a cross, that's the cross. My very first question, but anyway, okay, here we go. I was talking about the indifference of our existence, like when I found out my mom was going to die. And, you know, I've been all over the place here, guys, and I apologize for that because I'm kind of excited. I don't want to drop this, but I'm going to be interviewing Phil very soon, and it might be tomorrow. He's got lots of updated information for me as far as, because I'm farther along in my journey, as well are several of you guys. And we are one in the knowing that there's more to this existence. Anybody who's ever asked themselves, why the are we here? What's all this for? I can honestly lay my head down at night knowing what we're here for. Yeah, I know the answer to that. So now what? Now what? Well, why am I so lucky to know the answer to that? And who am I to say that I have the answer to that? My answer to that is the same that your answer will be when you reach the cup of wisdom or drink from it for yourself. And that's what I mean by this whole spiel that I've been giving, that nobody can spoon feed you the truth. We can share our journeys with each other, yet till you experience for yourself, you can never take anybody's word as your own experience, if you follow me there. I'm not saying that anybody lies to anybody in this journey, because why would you? Me, I have no reason to lie to anybody because I don't get paid for squat. Gods of metalworking, right? I was just reading a notification I got from SGD Decoded, which is awesome. By the way, congrats, Sly, your 10-year anniversary coming up. 10-year anniversary with what? YouTube? I've only been on YouTube regularly. Oh, I started my YouTube channel back in 06. Or was it 06? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, Tammy. Have to go. Much love, everyone. Good to see you. Nice to see you. What's up, MCF, my sweetness? I love you. Tell mom you love her and ask her not to be bugging you after her meat suit dies. Right. Well, she made it through the cert. She had 5 stents today. So, and, I want to tell everybody, Tammy, you're included here. The one who struggles and toils the utmost in this indifferent, sadistic, who gives a shit about you life is closer to redemption or closest to liberation than those who live in a posh existence and have no reason to search for the truth. In my channel description, Prevalent Truths Evolve, I state that I entertain the ideas of anybody who wants to question the mainstream narrative or negative narrative that has been fed to us via the mainstream media and even alternative media now. Alternative alt-right clickbait has become so erroneously, exponentially peddled that it is so disheartening for somebody that really wants to find the truth due to that erroneously shared information. Sure, Sitchin had some good ideas. Sure, he was right about certain things. We were all wrong about certain things. But I'll tell you this, I think every one of us, when they heard the word Nibiru, did a double take. And why is that? Nibiru means the place of the crossing, usually to do with a river or a ferry boat, the solar boat of Ra. Our psyche is the same as Deus. Now here, I'm full circle back to this because ADD is set in. I'll blame it on my ADHD, whatever. Sorry, I'm late. I'll catch the replay at the end. You don't have to say you're sorry, sweetheart. My mom had an aorta aneurysm. Absolutely, Steve, Mary. I woke up 2015. Now YouTube is totally different. It's completely different. Nibiru, for me, was a fear factor of 10. I went out and spent $2,000 right away on food. I called my brother. I called everybody up I loved. I made a fool out of my fucking self. And I'm not saying that everybody who believes that there's a planet in the sky is a fool. I'm not saying that at all. because it's part of a journey. It's akin to flat Earth, but it's not quite that much of a psyop, because Nibiru is based in fact. Nibiru is a word that we know deep in our soul, our one soul. And it starts the transition. It is a signpost for transition. Transition into the one. You want to watch Wes Penray's stuff about avoiding the singularity and running from the light and trying to break through the openings in the magnetosphere and this and that. You can do that all you want, because you want to know something? You're going to end up in the same spot we're all ending up. And the do what if you don't graduate this MFer while you're alive? You must reach the Ba while incarnate in the Ka. For without that, the Ba will never be achieved. Everlasting life can only be achieved while you're alive. You have to see the light while you're alive. That light is the refresher moment of everything. We exist in that moment of boom, the all spark that the Transformers are looking for. That timeless time, that timeless moment, that bang, is where everything and everybody and all exists all at one time existent, because we are one ineffable spirit. One. Why? How? What's the reason for breaking it up then? Why is there time involved? Why is there tears? Why is there this? Why is there that? Why are words so obviously divinely, in my opinion, set before us? Numbers. Why is everything so just perfectly, divinely coupled together? Why? You're awesome, Mary. There's a lot of fear mongering going on. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. The seat of the soul and doomsday conspiracy. Right, right. But you think about this now. Fall could be looked at two different ways. I'm talking the fall of our psyche, the fall of our sun, the fall of our weather. We call it fall. Some like to call it autumn, but I call it fall. I've always called it fall. Fall, spring, summer, and winter. Okay, now fall is when harvest happens, correct? Fall is also when your ego dies. Fall is also falling from grace. Fall is also the setting sun. So the Deus, meaning God, is thrice great in the day. So God is 3 times great in God. You got rise, noon, set. That's where the Osiris and Set, the 2 brothers, the Cain and Abel. It's just like King Wenceslas and his brother. It's just like, what's the other story? Kingu and Abzu. You know, the creation myths of old, of all these, you know, they all have these stories. You know, and there's no coincidence in the numbers when they cut up, like when Osiris gets cut up in 72 pieces, you know, da 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 da. All of these numbers are for a reason. They all set up in a perfect harmony of creation. The Hermetic principles, 7. 7 houses of the Lord, 7 candlesticks, 7 this, 7 that. Okay. Well, it just so happens that the Anu, or the black hole, WHOLE, black hole, has 7 spirally in convergent, 5 divergent spirals, all interconnected, you know, all one continuous infinity symbol. 12 spirals in all. Looks like the heart. No coincidence there. Bringing the 2 together as one is the heart mind, the moon sun, the in, the out, the black, the white, Somali, Asian, white, Indian. I dare you to look at somebody of a different color and say they're not the same as you. I dare you to, because everybody is all the same. Deep down, we all want the same fucking thing: to survive and to be happy and to be loved. That's it. It's that freaking simple, people. And I don't want to preach to anybody. I want to let's have some group think here. Let's talk now. Simulated reality. Cain and Abel. You are spot on, brother Steve. Hey, Rainbow, Unicorn, Indigo, Phoenix Fire. You changed your freaking name again. Brandy Robinson. What's up, sweetheart? I'm glad to see you here. You know, you guys are just awesome. Why have they hid all this from us? For what? It's not they, sweetheart. Edna, it is for if you knew everything when you were born, if you had the knowing of all we're talking about here, what would be the purpose? What would you do? Would you sit back and just suck it up like a vacuum cleaner? Then what? Is not the journey to the food more satisfying than eating the food? I say yes. The mountain grows ever higher as the climber climbs. The truth grows ever greater as that mountain gets narrower but higher. Hey, my Belle, nice to say you. Good for you, love you. Good for you, love you. What are you talking about? We have for the path is narrow, the journey long, but for those who find it, carry on. The all-spark moment of the everything. Now, the whole fact of the matter of us being one spirit, effectively making us all the same thing, all the time. Do we not have arguments with ourselves, or, you know, have a devil on one shoulder and an angel on the other? Do we not have split psyche? Do we not have two lobes in our brain that tell us push and pull, prod or poke, do or don't, go or stay? Should I stay or should I go now? If I go, there will be trouble. So what are we going to do? Are we going to stay and make it double? You got to let me know. Should I stay or should I go? We are split down the middle. Check this out. I'll pay you in spades, right? You'll get paid back in spades. You've heard that saying. Look at a deck of cards. Look at all the face cards. All the other face cards are looking away from the weapon, except for the spade. They're looking right at the sword. Seriously, look at the jack, the queen, and the kings. What is that symbol? What is the symbol of a spade? What does a four-leaf clover symbolize? 5. Aaron was spot on when he said 5 was huge. That's what the mountain. Okay, now, did you guys know that the Great Pyramids of Giza were once surrounded in water whenever the inundation occurred? And Egypt, by the way, has 3 seasons divided by 120. Those seasons are the inundation, summer, and harvest, I believe. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong there, but there was 3 seasons there. You know, I don't know on a literal sense yet, the 3 seasons there makes sense because they're in the middle of a desert, right? They wait for the annual flood, the monsoons, and they go through the dry cycle, the harvest, and da 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 da. And then it all starts all over again when the waters refresh the land. Just like the day refreshes the night brings about the end of day, just like we sleep it, you know, we go through every time the sun has set and risen the next day, or risen, went to its epoch and then set, is how many times we've had the chance to ascend. What is ascension to you guys? What do you guys want to see? What do you want at the end of the rainbow? Somewhere over the rainbow. Why is it an arch? Why does it have 7 colors in it? Is it because a hack at singing? No. Why are things so damn in our face divine? Because that's all it is, one divine thing. We are living in the out, like a spirograph. I just played hooky when they were teaching us and didn't learn it. The understanding that they laid out for me in school and religion was all bull and false teachings, is what I mean. Hey, how can a teacher teach you shit if the teacher don't know shit? The teacher has to pretend to know, right? Now, if that teacher pretending to know isn't really pretending, but thinking they're knowing, can you blame the teacher who was taught the unknowing thing that they're teaching the unknowing to? Can you blame them? Maybe there was one group, and I can point to the very first one, and you know who it starts with, the long-faced one, Akhenaten, the heretic king, the heretic pharaoh, the one that they try to wipe off the face of the map. And KV55, I believe, or I think, is Akhenaten's tomb, where the protection stones all faced inward to keep him in there. His face was bashed in on the right side, by the way. Right side of his skull was gone. Beat the F in. And one inscription in the hallway of the tomb of KV55 states that they, you know, your soul will never be able to incarnate in this world again. Yet, I say to you, the Luciferians, okay, now I hate going into this because I'm not knowledgeable in it and I hate speculating, yet my assumptions are that the people with the names that start with an R and end with a child, you know, them people that own the islands off of Antarctica, or the islands are named after. I went to Canada. I got things confiscated from me and had to sign a piece of paper saying that I relinquished my property to the crown. And I went, what? Who the hell's the crown? And then I thought, wait a minute, there's subjects still here? How does that work? Oh, we're a democratic monarchy, she says. I'm like, ooh, yay. Now, what does that do? Who is the queen? Why is she queen? Is it doing us any good that she is queen? And who made it so that the monarchy or the royalty remain royal? Who made it so? Power plays, people. Money, people. What is the Antichrist? What is the Antichrist? You, me, our psyche is the Antichrist. Our understanding of everything is physical, dog eat dog, is the Antichrist. I've got to run and grab my phone charger. Hey, Thathaman, what's up, my brother from another mother? The rainbow is a perfect circle. We only see half the rainbow. Remember, bro? Well, yeah, of course we only see half the rainbow. Right. But, you know, my point is that the arch, the ever present arch, the end when we wave our hands, wave your hands in the air, wave them like you just don't care. It's always an arch, a house of bread, signifying the journey, the hero's journey, the threefold journey. The sun takes, you know, good morning, soldiers, soul dyers, good night, you know, rise, high, noon, set. I don't know if any of that made sense. Also about beating the other tribes in the evolution war, right? The revelation art war, all war is sacrifice. War is I don't know. My parents and sister were Bible thumpers for 10 years. Then I was born and they stopped going. I wish I knew why. Get this, guys. Okay, I'm gonna go grab my phone charger. Think up some questions or, you know, some things we can talk about that everybody needs to find out for themselves, or, you know, that are really pertinent in their own mind. And I'll be right back because I have to grab my charger. Please forgive me. 1 second. Hey guys, I'm glad you stuck with me. There's still 20 of you holding strong. Paula, did you see that I recommended you as Levette's apprentice on her recent video? She posted she wants to take in an apprentice, and I thought, well, Mighty White, are you? So I figured you would take note of that and would like to do that. So I nominated you. Then I kept getting destroyed by the people. We had a picture of Queen in every classroom. Oops. Yeah, you don't see your device. Okay, we got some pictures. I don't want to see those pictures. I just want to charge my phone. Don't be a quitter. What's now they can all burn in hell. MCF says that the Queen was in every classroom. Now, am I right in assuming that the Queen is the Queen of England, right? Why the hell is Canada a French-speaking country, or some of it is French and England the same? You know, I'm confused here. What the hell's up with that? That probably a good idea, Paula. What are you guys talking about? You guys got the Facebook group link that for Aaron, right? For Aaron's wife. I'm gonna post it again. Make sure you guys check this out. Go there, subscribe. I'd be grateful. Apprentice on, you know, her be her apprentice. She wants to pass down her knowledge. Levette's awesome. It goes in one ear, out the other, and if I decide to listen, people going to be their way, regardless if they get my attention or not. Very true. I didn't know England had Canada too. Neither did I. A whole town of hive-minded stupids. What are you talking about, Miles? That's how bad this town I live in. I had to move. Doctor made us. Oh, gotcha. What are you talking about, Brandy? Okay, now let's get back to what we were talking about. Who here wants to know why we are here? Seriously, do you want to know? Levette doesn't need to anybody. Levette wants to train somebody or pass her knowing on to everybody. Everybody here wants to know, right? We are definitely tasked with transforming the past separation tactics that have been used. I would love to become Levette's apprentice, Symphony of Soul says. And that is my positive view. That's awesome. You know, Miles, you've seen things recently that I never thought you would come full circle and explain like you have. And you think just exactly like me, bro. You do. We are here, folks. We are here to continue it. What's up, Yawa Nawa? Now, Yawa Nawa, the architect, aka what's your name again, Mr. Hang on, I can remember it. I can remember it. Brian? No, God, Trevor. All right, what's your real name, Yawa? I'm sorry, brother. Is it Travis? I knew it was Travis. Okay, Rakatamata guy. This was an instance where only me, this guy right here, me, you know who I'm talking about, me. And I'm doing a live stream on a New Year's Eve, right? Is this one, or it was right before New Year's Eve? And he comes across, this is when I met him, he comes across the screen with the word Rakatamata. And I'm like, whoop, 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 whoop. You know, big flag, stop. Let's see, where did that word come from? He says, I don't know, something came to me. Yes, Miles tags sideways, Rocket Tomato, but Rakatamata, yeah, Michelle was there, she's seen it. As a lot of you guys here probably were. And I got angry about it. And some people were saying, well, it's mind control. You know, I probably lost a lot of subs and whatnot because I kind of got tizzy. I acted like a fool, actually, because I was scared. It was like one of the last times I was really scared. Because I had thought maybe on the negative side, like, what if somebody is trying to mind fuck me? What if? But what if I'm a freaking an airline pilot and I know that chemtrails are going on and I continue to do it? What if? What if this whole damn situation is a place for you to define yourself in a field of nothingness, of nothing but torment and toil? For those who struggle the utmost, find liberation and are closest to that liberation via that struggle. with every ounce of my being. Divine thyself. Divining rods. Somebody just left my house and I gotta find out who it was. My wife's an angel, by the way. She's been dealing with the whole, because I can't handle hospitals. You guys like going in hospitals? I hate going in hospitals. What was I talking about? I've got a lot on my mind, guys, so I'm sorry if I'm sketchy. Oh, if you knew blood, sweat, and tears. Yes, okay, blood, sweat, and tears, yes. Later you sing the belly dancing to that Sepultura song. Yes, Thoth. Right, thank you for getting me back on track. Now that moment opened up the gematria thing for me, showed me that there is even another layer on a whole nother magnitude of interconnected divinity that is so obvious that one can only come to the conclusion that it was divinely manipulated, contrived, situated, manufactured, manifested, designed. So that being said, that can happen, okay? Where a word can pop through my head while I'm sleeping, I dream about it, come from somebody else that I had no clue existed. Never before that did I know who the architect was. I now see him as a cool dude. Does anybody see a face over my shoulder right here? Looks like he's got a cigarette in his hand or his mouth. See that face right here? Do you see it? Do you see it? I see it. But yeah, is that pareidolia? Like when we look at clouds and we see faces in the clouds, like when I was up in Canada. I didn't mention any of that. Life is an onion. Yes. Are my thoughts mine? I wondered once or twice. Right. Are your thoughts yours? I think they're all of ours. And I think all of us on some level know this. Anybody who has asked themselves, why the fuck am I here? Why? What the fuck is this for? This is bullshit. That's my famous line. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. Straight up bullshit. What is the BS for? Out of the dirtiest, muckiest mud comes the most beautiful lotus flower. Blossoms, just like our pineal gland, in the mud of our nonsensical surroundings. Blossoms. Why is there a pine cone in the middle of the courtyard at the Vatican? Why is there pine cones on the top of every temple or every spire that venerates the fall in Cambodia? You know, it lines up so that center, fifth temple in the center with the pine cone on top of it, every spire on every, think about this, the cathedrals, the tops of the Capitol buildings, their seed bulbs or their pine cones, which is the two aspects of everything. The seed, self-replicating thing that is. That's us. We are the tree. Our branches, our roots go into, our trunk grows out of, our leaves fall onto, which nourish the whole damn system again. There is no coincidence that we, carbon, become shining like diamonds in the sky. compressed, pressurized, stressed the fuck out carbon becomes the shiniest fucking thing in the cosmos. And sorry, excuse my language. It's late at night, and I hope no kids are watching this tomorrow. My language is unexcusable. I just use it as a stupid way to convey something. I guess I shouldn't swear when I don't need to, and I should never have to. Yet, I mean it with all my freaking heart that this makes the most sense out of all the rabbit holes I've dug into, out of all of the tunnels I've gone down. This makes sense of every little tidbit. Alchemy is learning to make gold out of lead in the contrived matter-of-factness of the atomist persona or perception. Correct? So out of the nastiest comes the grandest. So the grandest and the nastiest are the same thing, just on different sides of the coin. Prima materia is chaotic, undefined energy. What makes it defined, folks? What defines energy? Matter does. Out of energy is born matter. Out of matter is born what? Born what? The light. In union with the ineffable is recreated. Thrice great, God is thrice great. It all makes sense to me now. I see it. I apply it. I'm trying to convey it. I'm trying to get others on the same path to enlightenment. I don't want to fearmonger. I don't want to set things out there that scare people. I don't want anybody to think that I am after anything other than knowing. Oh, excuse me. It's showing. Yes, I'm talking to you. It's showing you're knowing. Without me, without you, who would I be? We're three. What do you guys want to talk about? Rough stones rubbing, clashing, polishing into a perfect shining diamond. Stars, yes. When you are born, you are about this close to being a turd. Right. The Vesica Pisces, guys. That's the Vesica Pisces is the end of the black hole. What does it look like? It looks like a woman's vagina, right? Is that not the portal we come out of as a physical creature? I ask you, is spirit sacred geometry itself? Shapes, numbers, colors, tones, hues. Human. Atom. Is every atom an interconnected anu to the center of the galaxy, to the center of the universe, to the center of all things, the axis mundi? Is it? What do you guys think? Wom, man, very good. That's awesome. With good intentions, all always falls into alignment where needed. The eye. How do they grow them humans in the magic holes? Nice. If it don't matter to you, it don't matter to me. Great song, right? My daddy always said, if you ain't got a mind, it don't effing matter. Wise words, I think. Aurora Rain. Haven't seen you around here. Nice to see you. Oh, yes, I have. Rough Stones rubbing. Read that stupid YouTube doesn't show stream length anymore. It doesn't? What the hell is that about? When you are born, you are about this close to, yeah, I read that, rub polished from the all. 111. Oh, is that what time you joined? It's 12:11 here. A little seed turns into a massive tree. Now that tree of life concept, guys, if you really break it down, you see that the top tier, the thrice, the Bina Shakma and understanding or Keser, you know, Bina Shakma Keser, which is what? Wisdom, understanding, and reason. Three hearts for you. No more messaging on YouTube either. Yes, they are taking it, making it harder. And yes, isn't facing fear part of the alchemy? Yes, it is. It's facing your inner fear or your inner demons or what. Because I think fear essentially is something that you have choked on in the past as far as soul growth or experience handling, if that makes sense. I got bad feelings about totalitarian communist world coming soon to a theater near you. Yes, Thoth. So what say you, Miles, to what I responded in the email when you said about the first sacrificing the firstborn? Does it make sense to you that that statement, the sacrificing of the firstborn, could um, mm, be attributed to the death of the ego? You don't think so? You don't think that my explanation of the death of the ego? So, I mean, have you seen them sacrifice children? Do you know this as a fact that you've seen, experienced? You know, yes, animals do sense or smell fear. We could go to the Greek explanation of the animus. The anything animated is of the same prima materia, yet it matters what your capability of understanding the construct determines where you're in that hierarchy of animus beings. Death of the firstborn is death of the soul when the flesh took over. You could look at it that way too. Or it could be the death of the son that is reborn 3 days later, like Levette would say. Or you could say on a different magnitude, different theater in a different nation, that the death of the firstborn is death of the flesh, like you say, yet death of the ego on the psyche level, or the sun going down at the end of the day. For the sun to be reborn in the morning, it has to die in the night. And what's with the moon being the one that shines in the night? Why does the moon contrast the night so much when it doesn't have its own source? Because it reflects, right? Some fears are good to have, like the bear coming out and eating your children. That's a good one. I agree with that. I think some fears are illusions and some are humanisms. And we have to figure out how to tell the difference. UFV. What is UFV? Oh, ultraviolet flame. Yes. Americans have guns because fear of corrupt government. Yes, but that's not the case anymore because you can fear the government all you want. Excuse me. You can say hell no, I won't go, but they're going to take you anyway. Why? Because they got the collective agreement, collective consciousness, or the sheep on a leash, in their minds, all believe in the same shit. And that's where even here on my channel, we have to avoid a groupthink mentality. And I don't think that'll ever happen here. I don't think that'll ever happen here. Sure, I'm glad that people are like-minded, but if you thought the same as me, what the hell would be the purpose of having this channel? Would I learn anything from knowing everything myself? Or not listening or changing my view on anything? Fact of the matter is, it started with me, this guy here, thinking that out of the 500 fucking Nibiru videos that I filmed of the sky, that I've actually had footage of a planet. Why did I think that? I have no freaking clue. But in my soul, I knew that the word, the circumstance, the signpost, it all meant something. The word Nibiru is a place where heaven and earth collide. That's inside us, guys. That is in here. 12 cranial nerves, 13th, Jesus, Ophiuchus, all of it, it all fits to this time that we live in. You can say that all cultures throughout time have all said the same thing. Sure, maybe they have. Where the hell are the Mayans? Where the hell are the ancient Egyptians? For that matter, where the F are the Hopi? What happened to their culture? What happened to all of these cultures that have risen, been at the pinnacle, and have somehow set? Why is that? So that's the second big question. I discussed the who, now I discussed the why. Now, the what for? Are we going to discuss the what for? Do you want to know what the what for is? I'm not talking about some wet fur on a beaver or some wet fur on a dog. I'm talking about the wet fur we're here for. What the F are you here for? Huh? Tell me. Tell me. So how did them Saturn cults see the hexagon? Hexagon is what? Is a hexagon, what is that, 8? What's hexagon? Is that 7? What's a hexagon? Hexagon is 6. I don't know. What's a hexagon? How many? To pay taxes to some rich guy can sex up little kids on fancy yachts. 6 sides. Yeah, okay. Hexagon is 6-sided. Okay, in that 6-sided polygon, how many times can you draw a star? A 5-pointed star in a 6-sided thing. Think about that. Can you do that? Is that possible? Can you get 3 Pythagorean triangles, the 36, 108, 36? Can you get 3 of those out of there and make a Star of David or a 5-pointed pentagon or pentagram? I mean, right. What happens? Do we jump to another reality? Everyone is unique piece of the oversoul. Like the black cube at Mecca. The black cube at Mecca is the same as the matter that we are. Yeah, I agree with that. Yes, it is odd. Sound here? This is the sound of a cricket. I've got a cricket right here, right next to me. Maybe it's Jiminy Cricket, and I'm sitting next to my gun. Yes, I got my gun right there. See my gun? Just in case I see me something I want to shoot at. And, I'm sitting by my doctrine right there. No parking on the dance floor. Yes, that is the Love Peace Chicken Grease wall. And yes, I am in the garage. We got us all kinds of interesting stuff up in the garage. We've got crickets, we've got bats, we've got gnats, we've got hoes, we got joes, we got moes, we got, yes, pantyhose. We've got things for this, we got things for that, but hey, I don't want to go about that. This is what I want to tell you. This is what I want to share. I want to say, hey, never fear. I do care. You, me, he, she, we are all one. Can't you see? Right? I think the next reality is almost identically the same as this one. The other day I posed a question. What if this is the F and do what? What if we are in the in-between? Would we know we are in the in-between? My phone just died. I can't follow my chat. I do not know where I'm at. I want to see you guys. I want you to share. I want to know that you really care. Are you there? Are you there? Are you with me? Au contraire. I'm a freak about trying to rhyme. I know you guys ain't got the time because I'm just a freaking slippy slime. That's stupid. I know it. And I ain't afraid to show it. Right? 2 snaps, a thumb up, and a twist, correct? So I'm going to go to my plan B because you, me, he, she, we be a part of the 3. I'm going to go to this and I'm going to go to the whiteboard. I don't know what the whiteboard is, but we're going to show you. Oh, here. We'll go to, oh yeah, I'm going to shut this down. Tell me if it starts buffering because I'm going to go to share and I'm going to go to my browser. Some of one of them little goofy, okay, I'll go here. Share this, and then I can share from that. All right, now we're going to go here. We're going to search. Okay, now this is Aladdin Light. It is a Sky Atlas. Okay, now in the Sky Atlas, we have us. The instant first picture that pops up is the Horsehead Nebula, okay? Now this nebula is right in proximity to, guess it, where are we at? Where are we? Does anybody know what this is? Does anybody know? Hello? Is there anybody in there? Okay, here we got the 3 stars, both stars of Orion, correct? Okay, here we've got, here we're gonna go to a different spectrum so it's easier to see. Now this app is one of the best I've ever encountered as far as space stuff, as far as, but I want to show you guys something very, very odd indeed. Okay, out of all these views we've got Iris, which is infrared, of course. And here, let me show you, let me learn you something here. We've got Yaldabaoth. Yaldabaoth, this is the head of this is a lion-headed serpent that eats its earth. That is Yaldabaoth. That is the demiurge. That is the cosmic antithesis or makeup of said personified Gnostic explanation. Because the demiurge, oh wow, look at this. This is new, guys. I haven't seen this picture yet. This is new to me. They're changing this stuff now. Do you see this? That is incredible. Do you guys see the figure in there? I won't even go there. What? Okay, now Danny Wilton turned on. Oh wow, they changed all of this. This is incredible. They've updated the pictures, folks. I'm just now aware of this because the pictures right here. Okay, target. I'm gonna go M42. M42. M42 is Orion's Nebula. Who here remembers seeing this in Mesopotamian art? I can't see my chat right now. I've got to, you know, I'd have to run outside to grab my charger, or upstairs to grab my charger because I don't have my charging thing here. Maybe I can redo this and choose what my computer does. So forgive me for being such a hack. I'm trying to work with it. Okay, now I got to choose. I don't want to import. Okay, now who has seen this image? This is the flying disc. Okay, now this is what Danny Wilton turned me on to. Okay, now in Orion's Nebula, which is right here, that's what this is. That's what we're looking at. We'll look at it in different light spectrum. This is a new light spectrum to me. I haven't totally explored this one yet. Band optical DR3 color. I don't know what that means, but it's making it difficult for me. My phone is starting. Okay. Now, I'm trying to do too much. This is blocked out for some reason in this color, and it's blocked out. Oh no, my phone's gonna die again. Sorry. I've got to go to my settings here. Chill. Charging phone only. Okay. Okay, charging phone only. Okay, let's see if that speeds it up. Okay, now I go here. Hopefully we're still on M42. Now check this out. It's the same image, right? You see the helmet. This is the shoulders, the wing. Now check this out. This is odd. Did they change this picture too? Wow, they updated it. That's for sure. Totally updated it. I got 1% on my phone. My wife called it 1037 and I didn't see it. Oops. But here's the wing disc. You see it? You see it? There it is. Now, Danny Wilton turned this on to me by showing me that the painting in the Sistine Chapel dome of the creation of Adam, when overlaid over the nebula, the points all match up. So what does that say to me now in my understanding of my journey that I have since achieved? You know, I'm not saying that I'm an all-knowing MFer in any right or by any means, and I wish I didn't. Wish I knew how to freaking work this computer better. Chandra, this is a different view. I haven't seen this view before. Now I got to go here and hit this target, hit enter again, so it brings me there. And oh, got to zoom in right here. Zoom in. This is Chandra. Now Chandra is a deep. Ha nice. See, this is all new to me. These views right here. Do you see the star? Do you see the cross? Watch, I'll show you several others. Let's go to. I'm waiting for my phone to charge up here. We'll go to. This one is a different one too. I haven't noticed this one before. Oh no, I've done that one before. Sorry. I want to zoom in on this one. See, this used to look like a soldier with a gun, and it's changed. I don't know why, but it has. But there's a certain image I want to show you guys, if I can get to it. But I probably won't, because I've got ADD and I can't keep a freaking thought one in my head for more than 10 minutes. Look at this. This is awesome. This is just, I don't know, what's this view? Oh, my arm's getting sore from reaching out here. Okay. Let me see. Why is it so damn big? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go now. Not that one. This one? No, this one? Oh, we're zoomed in. Shoop, shoop, boop, a doop, 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 dook over, Okay, here we go. There used to be a face in here, and it was really nasty looking. And it's changed. This is all changed. These are new pictures. And I'm kind of excited about that. Okay, now in the Orion Nebula, which I know is up here. Let me see. I'm going to go to this target, hit enter. See, this is what makes this app so sweet. Okay. I got to remember to move over before I zoom in. Okay, now here. The brightest spotted there is Orion's Nebula. Okay, that's M42. This is the trapezium open star cluster. Now, if Lucifer is an indifferent creator, look at this. If Lucifer is an indifferent creator, the devil, the creator of the physical world, a copy of the greater, grandiose spiritual world, whatever you want to think of it as, would you not want to be, or it doesn't even, there's no such thing as demiurge wanting to do anything. It's an automatic creation thing. It's not a something. See, people venerate Jesus as the physical manifested. There's the light, folks. This is where the cross comes from. Look at the sacred geometry. There's the tree of life right here in this freaking diagram. Look at that shit. Do you see it? But do you see the cross in every one of them glints of light? The cross and the circle, the cross. The cross and the circle, the cross. Okay, now that's what the cross is. Light. The glint of light right here. See this? The cross, the cross, the cross. Not something that you should venerate or worship. Sure, if you're alive in the physical sense, sure, that's a placeholder for the spiritual to find itself in. We, in our ignorance, fall from the state of knowing what our true potential is, what we are, and why we are here. Are we here to work, toil, and die? No, we're not here to work, toil, and die. We're here to, I get newsletters from several organizations researching someone else's beliefs. I am to blame also. I use it often. Sound about right to me. A classic scratch, yes. What are you guys talking about? Have to get diamonds from the dung. Yes. That's why the dung beetle was so revered. That's what she said. Wow. Do you worry you studied up and researched the wrong stuff or beliefs? No, I don't worry about that. Due to this and this only, I have the ability in my mind to know what rings true for me via goosebumps, you see. That is how I know when I come across the truth, if it rings through my soul. Call me crazy, call me stupid, call me what you will, but this is how I find it. And if you allow it, I don't want to show favorisms. I don't want to show favorisms either. What you talking about? I'm singing, talking of the tree of life. When you was talking about pine cones, does a pine cone match up with the flower of life? Yes, it does. The pine cone is a layered, self-replicating, Fibonacci sequenced, phi ratioed personification of the pineal gland. That's why the place of the pineal is where God wrestled. Is it Job, right? Or John? The place of the pineal. The pineal is the 13. We are the beginning and the end, the first and the last, the Alpha and the Omega. You can think of the physical as Omega and Alpha, which trumps the physical, which is better than the physical, because we are essentially all one singular entity of energy, the all, God. You know, it has to be such a beautiful thing to understand without speculation. The truth will set you free, will set me free, will set us three free, because God is thrice great. I don't know how much more I could convey in Lakash. Yes. Jacob. Yes, shoot for fire. Thank you. Immortal, that was a mouthful. Fibonacci is a spiral. Yes. And that's how the pine cone is set. You know, the seeds, the little seeds are in a spiral. If you look from the top down, you see the spiral of seeds that open up under heat and pop. You know, popcorn under pressure and heat pops, right? Maybe we just get so beat down and depressed that our brain breaks so we don't just hang ourselves. Yes. Or I get that. So I've read 2 books and neither was the Bible. I tried reading it in my 20s, but nothing stuck except Proverbs. It was fun. I went to Bible camp my whole childhood. I went to Bible camp from one Bible camp for young kids from the age of, say, 5. I went every summer until I was like 11. And then I went to the older kids camp. And in that older kids camp, I learned Bible verses. And there was one that stuck with me. And it was John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. For he who shall believeth in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. Now, I used to think, okay, sounds contrived, so whatever, I'll believe it, whatever, like, yeah, gag me with a frickin' Jesus fork, would ya? Like, no, I'm not going there. You know, I'll just say it and think I'll believe it, or maybe I'll just go to church and pay for my immortality, or, maybe I'll go to the freaking church gift shop and think I'm fucking cool because I got a I love God hat on. Fuck that. It's more than that, folks. We, you, me, he, she, we are all put here to do the hero's journey work, the great work. Sure, it coincides with the years of our lives, the days of our lives, like on that soap opera in the United States, whatever. My point is that it goes, our ages go with the cycle of said experience and knowing. Is a midlife crisis in a person the clue. You better shut up, put up, or get up, or get the F out of here because it's time, because you're running out of it. You're on the downturn. Your sun has been at its pinnacle already. Now you're on the downcline. You are in the freaking death spiral, right? So you better find out what the truth is. You're pushed and prodded, you're pushed here, you're pushed there. And it's so contrived, everything's so damn confusing now because we have to overcomplicate everything to the point where we don't understand shit. When it's simple. If you paid it forward, loved your neighbor as you love yourself. Or love yourself first, and then everything else will fall into place. You know, I'm no saint when it comes to these matters. I'm still on the physical. I still look at women and go, damn. I still, feel anger. I'm nobody special. I'm here to learn. And I'm here to learn from you. And I hope you guys, are taking from this as much as I am, because this whole system of the system of a down is beautiful. You don't know my neighbors. Love and good intent, yes. Quit the test, huh? Yeah, with faith, we all can make it to infinity and beyond. Nice. Buzz Lightyear. I'm a reflection of you, said UVF to Mary Wins more than 2 years ago. Nice. Do I have to? I don't know if they are just lying to try and trick people, or if they really believe one thing and actually are another. Yes, I just turned 40, not 47 too. Wow. But I can honestly say there are several in this chat right here that I actually care for. I love. I really do. And I don't care what anybody wants to say, if I'm being shallow or shit. I don't get shit from nobody. I don't ask shit from anybody. But I do. I love it. I love people. And I show it. And I ain't afraid to show it. Yes, Stoth, and it sucks. Buzz Lightyear. To infinity and beyond. Yes, we love you back. Thank you. I don't want you to love me back, though. I just want everybody. Don't worry. Be happy. Do, do. Hey, I don't know if you guys have seen the recent show. What was it called? God, it was huge. It was huge. It was huge. It was one of those. It was one of them Hollywood flicks. Movies are everywhere now. I walk around, and like today, I'm at this Urban Growler restaurant. It's a brewery, a microbrewery that we helped build. My phone's gonna die again. ELO. I thought it was infinity. It is infinity. It's not eternity. To infinity and beyond. I have seen women screaming and picking up the pieces of the children from being bombed. Yes, that's fucking sickening. Why is that happening? Why is that happening, though? Barry, I'm still as afraid as fuck of death. And I'm not afraid of my own death. I'm afraid of like my mom dying. And is that selfish of me? You know, I don't. I don't know how. I think it's a selfish, contrived, humanistic aspect of or trait that we don't want to be faced with the burden of somebody dying and them not being there. and us having regret, whatever that may be. Maybe you regret you didn't talk to that person before they died, or you regret you didn't have time to say goodbye, or you regret how you treated said person while they were alive. Is that what it is? Mary, I don't I'm already dead. This is the replay, just like you, Travis. Fear of unknown. How and when will we die? That is fear. Yes. People fall for the hype. And what hype is that, Brandy? I'm already dead. Yes. You don't want to. I don't want her to go. Right. I don't want my mom to go. Your family dies, and you realize you haven't seen them in how many? Yes. Thank you. Yes. Or you remember. And isn't it funny how when we have an epiphany, we realize real, eyes as in your eyes. We see things through real eyes. My phone died again. So I think I'm going to find my charger. I don't know if you guys want to stick around. But this is what the light is. That is the... Now I'm going to go to a different light spectrum. Wow, that's beautiful. Okay, now. That one's not good for that. Excuse me. I don't know if anybody bowls, but I bowled today and it was fun as F. I had fun. And does that make me selfish? My mom's in surgery and I'm out having fun bowling. I just wish I could convey to my mom that life is more than a box of chocolates, or life is more than unicorns and rainbows, or cars, stars, and bars. There's a good one. Cars, stars, and bars. That's what used to be one of my sayings. Cars, stars, and bars is how I used to think life. And what you measured life up against was what you had, what the next person had. Is my dock in my lake as long as my neighbor's dock in his lake? You know what I'm saying? How much beachfront property do you own? I've got more than you. That's what I used to think. The worth of what we are was measured from or by, was what the physical accomplishments or obtaining of physical matter, manifested goods. I mean, it's incredible when you think that things could be hijacked to a point to where, like, let's get back to that, the Rothschild thing. Who here, raise the hands, thinks that there's one family only that run the world? I believe that. Whether that family is of one bloodline or let's say an OPEC state family, or a central banking system family. Are they Luciferians? Sure, you could call them that. Are they baby sacrificing Luciferians? I guess you could call them that too. But I'll tell you this about what I think that the whole system of that is about. is they know there's a light at the end of the tunnel. No pun intended. They know that it takes tremendous effort, stick-to-itiveness, and care to obtain illumination. They're lazy as MF and whatever the case may be. They're lazy as fuck. They don't want to do the work. Right? So what better way to keep others at bay in said system that is set up for the spiritual creature to muck its way or find its way through a god-awful sea of madness. What better is there? What better way to define a good-hearted spirit of God than putting them or himself or the one thing in hell itself? You know, hell is a place where one's soul is lost in the cost of, existence. Because to each one of us, the ultimate cost of existing here is death. We pay with that death to rise. Do we rise the one time before that one death? I say not. Do we come back as different creatures? Can we come back as different creatures? Do you want to rise above the creation of the seven, the loop? The cycles of time will free you if only you free yourself first. Is the light turned on? The light's on, but is anybody home? Don't worry, we'll leave the light on for you. Huh? Motel 6? Uh-huh. Anybody? What do you think of that? What do you think of hospitals? When you look down on them, they look like the freaking glint of light. Like Regent's hospital in my area. It looks like the fucking light. The glint of light. When you shine a flashlight at a camera and you view it through the camera. That's another thing. Why are things through the camera different from the thing through your eye? Like when you're recording your own live stream within the live stream while you're recording it, why does it show infinite possibilities of that same picture? Why wouldn't it just bottom out? Why? I don't know why. I think I do. I think I know, why I know why and why you know why. Yeah, I'm getting tired. But hey, I'm going to turn my phone on one more time so I can say goodbye to you guys. And I just probably talked in circles. I just wanted to touch base with you guys and let you know that, hey, I'm working on a show with, Phil. And I hope he joins us tomorrow because I have several questions for him. Like Menza said earlier, his first question would be, so to look inside, how does one do this? And what exactly does one want to accomplish while looking inside? And why? How, what, why, where, when? Is it worth? What would you do with eternity? That's what I gotta ask. what would you do with eternity? And I want to say this prayer that I've shared numerous occasions with you folks. And it is, by the spirit of light that shines through the cosmos, draw my flame closer in harmony to thee. Lift up my fire from out of the darkness, magnet of fire that is one with thee all. Draw me. Oops. Lift up my soul, almighty and potent. Child of the light, turn not away. Draw me in power to melt in thy furnace, one with all things and all things in one. Fire of the life strain and one with the brain. There are places that are called things for a reason, like the halls of Amenti, secret of secrets, how ye too may arise to the light. Preserve them and guard them, hide them in symbols, so the profane will laugh and renounce. In every land from ye, the mysteries, make the way hard for the seeker to tread. Thus will the weak and the wavering be rejected. Thus will the secrets be hidden and guarded, held till the time when the wheel shall be turned. Through the dark ages, waiting and watching, my spirit shall remain in the deep hidden land. When one has passed all of the trials of the outer, summon ye me by the key that ye hold. Then will I, the initiator, answer, come from the halls of the gods in Amenti. Then will I receive the initiate, give him the words of power. Hark ye, remember these words of warning. Bring not to me one lacking in wisdom, impure in heart or weak in his purpose, else I will withdraw from ye your power to summon me from the place of my sleeping. Go forth and conquer the element of darkness. Exalt in thy nature, thine essence of light. Now go ye forth and summon thy brothers, so that I may impart the wisdom of to light thy path when my presence is gone. Come to the chamber beneath my temple. Eat not of food until 3 days are past. There will I give thee the essence of wisdom, so that with power ye may shine amongst men. There will I give unto thee the secrets, so that ye too may rise to the heavens. God-men in truth, as in essence ye be. Depart now and leave me, while I summon those ye know of, but as of yet know not. Who do you suppose those are that he's summoning? Ye know of, but as of yet know not. The wise men of Atlantis had developed great powers and forces which are unknown at the present time. In them the third eye was open. The greater part of the people could communicate with each other through the means of telepathy. They had knowledge of the molding force of creation, which they used in the construction of their buildings and implements. That force was called Zeril, the molding force of creation, that primordial chaos, or the primordial waters of noon, from which the dove found the first mound of creation, Mount Meru, or what else is it called in ancient Egypt? Oh yeah, the Great Pyramids. Because during the inundation, the pyramids used to be surrounded by water. The inundation being the annual flood of the Nile. Well, there used to be one until technology got in the way. You know, technology is helping one creature and one creature only. And when that balance is upset, which is, it's so off kilter right now. There's no birds anymore. The birds don't sing. There's sure a lot of crickets, yet they exist at night. The nocturnal creatures are flourishing. The ones during the day are dying off in droves. Why is this? Why is this? Why are the bees dying? Why are the birds dying? Why are they falling victim to mass deaths, seemingly out of nowhere, just falling from the sky, breaking their necks? Why? It's harvest time. That's what the 1/13/2020 tells you. And it tells you this because you get into the etymology or the instruction handbook of the Greek pantheon or gods, and you see that all is okay. Well, let me explain this. Thoth becomes Enki. Enki becomes Enlil, or you can think of it as Marduk is like the fifth in line from Enlil or Anu. You know, first it was Anu, then it was Enlil or Enki. You know, but throw all of that hierarchical, archetypical, or way to tier or put in order physical understandings. If I make myself clear there, I think that's the reason time grew into this existence, is so that we could keep instances separate and use that separation for creation itself to contrast the stillness that is the null point or the 0 point energy of everything. Isn't it funny that the ultimate energy is called 0 point energy? And it's the null point we're after. It's the blissful silence, stillness of the monad, the pleroma, where all comes together in an all-encompassing love, knowing, gnosis of what it's all about. And the long and short of that is, it's all about me. Because me is you. It's all about you, because you is me. And the weighing of the heart ceremony against the feather is simply, if your heart was in that feather and the wind blew hard enough, where would it blow? Would that feather fly in flight to a beautiful place, or would it just go, you know, to wherever? Would it? Does that matter? Does your feather weigh enough for your heart to substantiate your existence? Have you done enough for the person down the block? Have you done enough? I mean, I never used to give anybody any extra money for anything. Money isn't squat. If I was a billionaire, it wouldn't be for long, because I would give it away. I would give it away. And yes, it would be nice if I could give it away to my family so they could survive without having to worry about it. But would that be spiritually supplemental to their soul if one is to give inheritance to, or rights to your information? If I give you the right to everything I know in my head, and you actually took from it what I learned and applied it, which I'm not saying I do daily by any means, but what I'm saying is if you could take my story and make it your own and actually walk in my shoes and my mind and see things the way I see them, I bet you they would still be different because they were through your eyes. Realize your eyes, my eyes are realize our eyes. For one thing to one will seem a totally different thing to another. And that's more than just a contrived visual experiment, thought experiment. That's just straight up fact. You take two eyewitnesses, they see the same damn thing 5 minutes, at the same time for 5 minutes, and they'll tell you two different things that they see. Because one was focusing on the belt that said person was wearing, or, eyewitness testimony is it's made up on the fly based on, a base criteria of whatever. But my point is that we are all of the same thing, yet we are individualized. And that is one of my questions to Phil is why do we hold on to an individual Akashic record? And if so, where is that Akashic record? And is it in our DNA code? Is it in the double helix of our DNA? Is there other factors involved? Is it in the water? He's an angel. He should be able to tell me my answer to all these questions. And I think he will. And, he's skirted around a couple others, but then maybe he hasn't. Maybe I'm just a freaking nutcase, telling you guys all a bunch of shithole lies and just want to get off on laughing at you because you're following me in this shithole. Maybe not. What do you think? Do you think you have the ability to discern if I'm being truthful or not? Do you think so? Much love to all of you guys. I got my phone back up and running. Was my granny using my eyes, or was I seeing through her eyes when I dreamed about a funeral before I heard the news of her passing? You know what? I just had this conversation with my brother yesterday. Because at the hospital where my mother is at is the hospital. I gotta shut my phone down so it doesn't die. But at the hospital, my older brother was born, and I attribute the tumultuous, the rough relationship my mother and I had. I attribute it to her firstborn dying, my brother, who was right before me. She gave birth to him. He lived for 2 months. But I talked about that whole situation to my wife as we were coming down to the hospital. And get this, as soon as we walk in the room, my mom brings up the same subject. And my brother just says, wait a minute, I was just talking about that yesterday. And, that's just peachy, isn't it? It's when you think of somebody and all of a sudden the phone rings and it's them and you haven't talked to or thought about them in a while. That shows you that, our environment speaks through what means. Does it not make more sense now that all is one energy? And how hard would it be to harness the knowing? My mom said I had an older brother that miscarried. Yes, right. starting over doesn't really fix anything until people are at peace, because everything exists forever. Spot on. The 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 beautiful aspect of us, is my, hopefully my screen not timing out here. The beautiful aspect of our existence is we, by divine, whatever you want to call it, are put here to redefine ourselves. How beautiful is that? Because doesn't it just, it sits well with you when you think about it, because it's familiar. I don't know why I'm on YouTube talking about this stuff. I was all on YouTube thinking I was going to make $1 million at first, or I was going to find out information about Nibiru, a planet coming to kill me. Something's coming to kill me, but it's not a fucking planet. Something's coming to kill me. My own mortality is coming to kill me. I'm going to die anyway. What the fuck do I care about it for? I don't. Point is that we have to accomplish the goal before the cold fingers of death grab our soul. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. And if you'll walk with me, we could, if you walk shoulder to shoulder with me, I'll be there every step of the way. I won't ignore anybody's requests or questions, or, I want everybody to disagree with me. I want everybody to agree with me. I want to make it easy for everybody to see the same things I see. But sometimes it's impossible, because it just is, because we're so individualized in our minds that we don't understand the concept of you, me, he, she, we are all together. We make three. But I'm falling asleep. I got to go to work in the morning. No, death. You got it backwards. For it is I who have come for you. Yes. Anyone know where I can get some soul explosives? Give death a nice surprise. Right. Isn't that the soul explosive? Is that not the love in thy neighbor as thy loves thyself? I don't know if I use die the right way there, but whatever. 3 to agree, Brandy. Cracking up over here. Cracking up over here. Yeah, I'm falling asleep here. My sound keeps cutting. Anyone else? Well, your sound probably keeps cutting because I suck. My phone sucks. My computer sucks. Oi, oi, all is one. One is all. Aurora Rain now. Check this. I was putting, a lot of people here can attest to this. I was putting 1 for 1, 1 for 1 on all my videos at first, and I really didn't even know what it meant until I sat and thought about it, and realized that the oldest mantra known to man, known to humankind, is all for one, one for all. Is it not? The battle cry of the ages. Correct? I'll show one more thing here. I wanted to show one more thing. I'll share this whiteboard and I'll draw something because I want to draw. Let's see how I can draw. We're gonna go to we're gonna draw this. Okay, so we've got one of those. How do you make another line now? Gotta suck at this. Okay, so I'm gonna go to this other app. I'm gonna show you on this solar system app here. I think my sound was cutting out. Okay, so we're gonna go share. No, Exit full screen. Sorry. You guys are probably thinking, what the hell is he doing? I can't find nothing because I don't know nothing. I don't know how to manipulate my computer. Now, right here. Here we go. You ready? You ready? Wait for it. Wait for it. Here it comes. Here it comes. I'm going to go to solar system scope. I don't think I'm on share screen, so back the F off. Come on, let's get out of here. Oh, no. Oh, look at that. You can just see the stage. It's setting up. I gotta exit out of this, don't I? Okay, I gotta exit out of here. Back the F up. Gotta suck at computers. Oh. How the hell do I get out of here? I don't know. Sorry about that. I'm such an idiot. Gotta go here. How would I do that? Desktop. Where's my desktop at? I don't know. Contact, no. Computer, something new. Portion of screen, sure. Full portion of screen. Kind of bad, ain't I? Is it sharing? I doubt it. I suck. My phone died again. You know what, guys? I don't want to flop out like this, so I'll close the program. Close the damn program. Okay. I don't know what I'm sharing here. I'm going to stop the share because I'm not like share. I'm just going to say goodbye because I'm going to bed. I got to go to work in the morning. I don't know what this live stream was about. I hope you guys had some. Do you guys want to ask me anything, or do you want to talk about anything before I go? I don't like boxes. Click your heels and stand on your head or something, right? Then ka-chop, blood in the wine. With darkly comedic under the gallows, drinking a glass of wine, celebrate them in truth. Steve's the Bob Ross of YouTube. What are you talking about? Who's Bob Ross? Who is Bob Ross, MCF? And say 3 times. Hey, have you guys ever noticed that the freaking, like when they're singing a song, they repeat things 3 times? Bob Ross, the painter. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Call me Goofy. How can you not know who Bob Ross is? Looks like an acoustic microphone. I don't know who Bob Ross is. The guy with an afro painter? Pretty little trees here, happy bushes here, happy bushes there. NLP. What's NLP? What is NLP, MCF? The guy, pretty little trees, he may be. He may have been a Secret Service agent at one time. PBS. Oh yeah, the songs, repeating things 3 times. Verses of songs. You repeat them 3 times. The genie's lamp gets rubbed 3 times. They get 3 wishes. All indication that there's something about the 3, because the 3 is what is the Sephirotic tree. The tears of the Sephirotic tree are 3. He made mistakes look like birds. He came on after Mr. Rogers. I loved Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers was my hero when I was a kid. Then I got into Pee-wee's Playhouse, and you know where that went. No, I'm just kidding. Right. 3 is a magic number. 3 is me. A nice man was Bob Ross, was he? You know, it sounds like he was a nice man. Man, my eyes are heavy. I love Pee-wee too. Yeah, the word of the day, that whole nonsense, right? Mr. Rogers was a shiznit. No, Mr. Rogers, what do you mean? You so would rock a fro if you could, huh? A fro. Well, yes, but I was talking about Mr. Rogers. What about Mr. Rogers? Oh, he was a nice man. Oh, yeah, he was. Yes, he was. Wow. You guys hear the wind blowing out here? That's insane. It's pouring, or it's blowing hard, like 40 miles an hour. Well, Pyramid. How you doing, 7? Pyramid 7. Yeah, do you guys ever go to bed? I mean, it's 1:30 in the morning here. I've been hearing it the whole time I've been here. Is that the whistling I hear? Yes. Yes, I'm very tired. I think it goes out further than DC. What goes out further than DC? What you talking about? All of Washington has lost their minds. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, encounters of the third kind, right? There's a truck running across the street too. Oh, you're tired. Why? What you been up to, 7? Shoots for Par just started a whole day, whole new day. Yeah, Mary, you're up at all hours like me, doing the work. Yeah, I hear crickets too. That's the only thing I hear right now. But the wind was just blowing like super loud. Stuff was hitting the oh, your basement flooded. Holy shit. Yeah, that's happening to a lot of people these days, isn't it not? Basements flooding. Hey, you guys, every day you see clouds, take one picture for me, please. Doesn't have to be a spectacular picture. If it's the most mundane picture you could ever find, take that picture and send it to me. I want to make a collage of this of the sky, and I want to show everybody that the clouds are low everywhere. What are your guys' thoughts on the low clouds? What do you think they're there? What do you think's going on? Why do you think they're so low? You know, I've been letting bugs live too. Spitfire. Air pressure. Why has the air pressure changed? You think it's because of the seasons pyramid. I think it's compression of the atmosphere due to the lack thereof of the magnetopause, and its strength is weakening. The strength of the magnetopause is weak because the sun's Birkeland current or conduit to the Earth is at a different level of sorts. And add to that the influx of energy coming from the center of the black hole of the Sagittarius A, in which, did I mention this, guys? Sagittarius A, we are in line with when the cross conjunction happens. Now, it's the moon, Earth, Sun, Mercury, Sirius, Saturn, and Pluto. And on one side of the sun, there's Mars, and on the other side of the sun, there's Venus, with Jupiter in respect at a 17-degree angle from the from the center of the cross, meaning that it's like, I don't know how to explain it. I could draw it for you, but point is on that day, 1/13/2020, the sun rises. The sun rises right over Pluto in the conjunction as we look past the sun to the bottom of the cross where Pluto is, Hades, the opposite of Earth, right? The underworld, where Persephone was held for 6 months of the year, right? In the winter months, because Persephone had a daughter, Demeter, who is the goddess of agriculture and harvest. Demeter is Ceres, because the Romans personified him too. They personified the planets, and as well as the Greeks did. They all gave them different names. Yet their story all stays the same, right? Yes. Oh, I got way off on a side note there, didn't I? Stealing other people's stuff. Well, that's what all of these, like Hermes, Trismegistus is Thoth. Thoth is Jesus personified. Pluto is one of the 9, Ennead or Iliad. The 9. The 7 gods of the halls of Amenti are the 7 Hermetic principles, or the mentalism, correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, cause and effect, and gender. And then the cycle starts again. For over a century, our only water source has been a natural spring since 1903 or 1913, when town first began. Where do you live? You got a 2,500-year-old frickin'. In my opinion, most clouds are coming out of high-tech cloaked aircraft. I've looked into that as well. That and that used to intrigue me till I realized that there's some manufactured clouds, which majority probably are, but I don't think they're coming out of said aircrafts, except for chemtrail planes. Like today I seen an anti-chemtrail. Sorry, I just went off on a tangent on both subjects or whatever. Recently learned that there are animals that still have their third eyes. It's right there on their head. You can see it also. There is a bat that flies in flocks 8,000 feet. Nice. Big tech company associated with the Pentagon, and also Black Cube. Symphony of Souls. I'm looking into it every day with my own 2 eyes. Looking into what every day with your own 2 eyes? Looking into reality. Bats. Yeah, guys, but I'm beat. I just had one of them jerks. I'm gonna go to bed. I love you all. I want to give a shout out to Jerry Runk. I'm so happy for you that you beat that cancer, brother, and you're cancer free. Give me a call. Hit me up. Anybody wants to talk to me, I'm free. I will talk to you. MCF, get a hold of me. I'd like to talk to you. Ashra Ra, if you're on here, I'd like to talk to you. Anybody who wants to talk to me, I'd love to talk to you. I'd rather talk to you, over the phone, not in comment sections, but I'll talk to you anyway. Love, peace, chicken grease. Remember, guys, pay it forward. That's all it takes. Because if you're always paying it forward, you're never looking back, and it will never break.